Alright, welcome back 99 family. I'd like to thank you all for returning to the channel. If you're new to this channel, on this channel we talk about personal finance, business finance, and professional development. If you're returning, again, we would like to thank you all. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video out with others, and make sure that you're subscribed and you've clicked that notification bell so that you can receive all of our content. Today I want to go ahead with a part 2 to my financial dictionary, and I wanted to talk about trade lines and what a trade line is, because this term gets thrown around a lot in the finance realm, both personally and on the business side. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information to kind of point you in the right direction when deciding what you would like to do pertaining to trade lines. So a trade line is any credit product that appears on your credit report. So basically anything that shows up on your credit report, whether it's an installment loan, as far as like a car, a house, whether it's a personal loan, whatever, if it's a revolving credit, a credit card, a line of credit, anything to that extent. Anything that shows up on your report is a trade line. So then you have positive trade lines and negative trade lines, but you really have three main types of trade lines. You have a primary trade line, which is a trade line that is owned by you directly. So if I go and get a credit card, if I go get a credit card and it's in my name, it shows up on my credit report, that is my personal trade line. That is a primary trade line. The second type is an authorized user trade line. So this is where we've talked about on this channel before. Either you go to a AU company, which I don't necessarily recommend, or you go to a family member and you say, hey, here's my information, here's my social, here's my my name, my address, all of that, date of birth, for you to be able to add me to your card. You're consenting to this person using their primary trade line and reporting it to your credit report. So now you're using someone else's primary trade line, and this is why it's called piggybacking, because you're using, as an authorized user, you're using their trade line. They've given you consent to use their trade line on your report to report that credit history, and kind of give you a boost that extra credit, whether it's the age, whether it's the limit, whatever it is that you're getting that particular product for. Then we have type 3, which is just flat out a fraud. Someone has stolen your identity, they've gone, maybe they bought a car with it, maybe they got a credit card with it, maybe they got a personal loan, but they've stolen your identity and they've gotten something to report on your credit report that is not yours, and these are able to be disputed off of your report through the credit bureaus or through the lender in which they occur through. So let's break it down, because I always like to give you pros and cons, because I believe that everything financially has a pro and it has a con. So the pros: you can boost your credit score. This could create or build your credit profile by adding trade lines. The cons is, and this mainly comes in when you're thinking about authorized user trade lines, they can possibly decrease your score. And that's in two ways. When they're pulled off of your report, depending on what you got that trade line for, and most likely that was the point in you paying for the trade line, you're going to see a score decrease. In addition to, if someone adds a trade line to your account, and if that trade line isn't properly managed, they let the utilization go up. If they have a missed payment, anything that they do negatively is going to reflect on your report. That's another part of why you have to be cautious with who you choose to ask for a authorized user trade line from. And the most concerning one to myself personally is that it can put a fraud alert on your credit. And this could be if that person's account gets flagged, maybe they're adding and removing too many authorized users, possibly because the information on any of these types of trade lines is off from the information on your report, and that can be flagged, and that could possibly cause you to get denials. And also, the third con is whenever you're dealing in this type 2 sector, the authorized user sector, just make sure that the person that you're dealing with, if you choose to do so, is running a legitimate business, is honest, is operating and carrying themselves in a way that you would consider trustworthy and would make you want to do business with that person. Because I've heard many horror stories where people go and they get authorized user trade lines, and then the person cancels them off before the agreed upon time period, or the person puts them on a card that's being overutilized or has missed payments or different things. And again, you do have to dispute those types of things, so it could end up being a financial horror story for you. So please just be cautious when dealing with getting trade lines from companies or other people that you may know or may meet. With that being said, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.